Hi everyone, I am Ektar. Welcome on my YouTube channel. A lot of you asked me on the official Discord what kind of gear set can I put on my characters, so that's why I'm doing this video. I'm gonna answer to you. So I'm here on my box. I have different kind of characters. I have DPS, attackers one, I have tanks one, and I have healers. Okay, then you can find some controllers. This is a controller support healer. You have others like him. He is a tank, but he can also put a provoke on the enemy. You have also DPS that can bring some death down on the enemy. So what kind of gear set can I put on them? If your goal is to deal the highest DPS as you can, so first gear you have to focus is the one which gives the maximum crit rate. Okay, crit rate is the most important thing on your DPS. If you have between 70% and 90%, maybe 100%, it's very well. Okay, if you have 50%, then that means that every 2 attacks, one of your attacks won't make that much damage. So that's why I recommend to have almost 80% crit rate is great. So the reason is that you can see here I have 200% crit damage. That means when my character will attack a target, my damages will be doubled if it lands a crit. So that's why crit rate is really important in the game. So on your DPS, this is the first statistic you have to focus. Then you have the crit damage and the attack. Okay, a little speed, but then you will make a nice speed soon after reaching high statistics in crit rate, crit damage, and attack. Okay. So now what kind of set I am using? First of all, I would like to say that the gear set is not the most important for the statistic. The statistics are the most important. Try to reach high statistics in attack, crit rate, and crit damage with what you have. Okay. For example, here I have some crit rate. Okay, but I can have if I go to Leicester, you can see I have crit damage. Okay, but I have also something that increases his crit rate. But on him, I really want to get the maximum attack and crit damage. Okay, so the gear set helps you getting your the statistics you are focusing, but you can reach good statistics without using those specific sets. Okay, so first of all, try to focus the statistics, and then just by visualizing the statistics you want, you can choose by yourself the gear set you want to use. Okay, so for example, on Mutu I want crit rate. What is the best set for him? It is this one, because it is giving a crit rate to him. Okay, and then I want crit damage, so this one also gives 15% crit damage and 10% crit rate. Okay, then you have the artifacts. It's the same here. You have, if you click on filter here, you can see what kind of artifact you can put on him, and there you can see you have attack ones, you have crit rate ones, and crit damage ones. Another time, again, it depends on what gear you set on him. Okay, if you have a lot of crit rate here, maybe with this artifact you will focus more crit damage or attack instead of crit rate, you know. Okay, so here I like to put crit rate because it's a huge amount of crit rate, and then the most crit damage and attack you can get here, the better. Then on the second one, on my DPS, I focus the attack one because you can have some defensive stats, HP defense, but it doesn't really matter on your DPS. You can have some effect hit that can be nice on daughters, maybe DPS that are daughters, like poisoners, bleeders, or HP burners. Or burners, that could be great. Or maybe if your attacker is a controller, so effect hit is also can also be great. But there I like to put some attack on my DPS. Okay, And at last, with the last artifact, I like to put some speed so my hero plays more often. And the more often they play, the better the damage, okay? And it's really important to have a nice amount of speed, because our characters are going to play first in waves, and so they will kill enemies before taking damage, so you will stay alive longer. Okay, then you also have daughters like Melia. For the daughters, you will need a different kind of stuff, okay? If you check here on the details, you can see she will need some HP, some effect hit, and some mastery. The reason is for HP burners, it's kind of special, because the more the HP they will have, the better the damage, okay? Because HP burning or scaling on the enemy max HP and are capped on your own HP, okay? So that's why HP is very important here, and the more the HP, the tankier your character, okay? So it's very important to maximize your HP for the HP burners. If you have a daughter, any daughter, you will need some effect hit, okay? The more you have, the better. Enemies in dungeons at high level have 80% resistance, so you will need around 80% effect hit, but at the beginning of the game it's okay to get 30, 40 or 50% crit effect hit, okay? Mastery is also really important on every daughter, because it's increasing the damages dealt by dots. It can be poisons, it can be bleeds, or HP burnings, or even burns, okay? So if you have a bleeder or a poisoner or a burner, you will maximize their attack, because this kind of dots is increasing with your maximum attack, okay? So if I check her stuff here, you can see I've put on her some effect hit stuff, some mastery stuff, and if I check her substats, you can see here I'm focusing a mastery, HP rate, and effect hit, okay? Also here you get some HP rate, some effect hit, a little attack and crit damage. They are still attackers, okay? So if you get some stats here, it's still nice. And it's nice with Melia because she counter attacks, so she can deal some extra damages using her attack statistic, okay? Here I also have some mastery and HP rate, which is really important on her, and some HP rate here also, okay? And for them here, I'm gonna put some effect hit. Let me check, okay? If I go to filter here you on my daughter, sorry, I will put some mastery, okay? Mastery 100% for your daughters, you have to put some mastery here, okay? And here you have to put some effect hits, so you will be more able to land your dots, okay? And at last here, I would use always speed again. So then we have supports one. Here I have Wim. Wim is a tank character, and he brings a shield based on his max HP, okay? So just read the skills of your hero. It's very important, because on this kind of tank you want to have the maximum HP you can, because the more you'll have, the better the shield, okay? So if I take another tank, maybe this one for example, I put on him some defense one, because he will deal damage in function of his defense, okay? If I look at this skill, his damages are based on his defense, okay? That's why I prefer having a defense one here and an HP one on Wim, okay? So if I jump into this character, there I have a life an HP set, okay? I could have a speed set. It really depends on when you want your character to play in the battle, okay? It can be smart to play in arena before other characters, so all your characters will have a shield, okay? But me personally, I like to play him in last in my team, so everybody gets the shield the longer as possible on them, okay? So it's up to you to increase your speed or your HP, but again, I like increasing the HP the more I can on those kind of characters. You can also put some, if you don't have HP here, you can also put some defense. It's gonna be great, but the shield will be less effective, but your character will stay alive easier, okay? And then you got other good stuff like this one, HP plus 10% and speed plus 10%. This is a stuff you can craft again in the forge, and you only need to farm the third dungeon, Rom. Rom gives HP and speed sets, so you can farm these two equipment and then try to forge maybe this super stuff here, which is really great, okay? So as you can see, I also have some defensive equipment here because this is the best equipment I have on him, and as you can see, I have some HP here and also some HP here. So again, it really depends on the substat, on the stat you want to focus on your characters. Then here I have some defense. I should have some HP, it will be more efficient, but I didn't farm a lot the dungeon, so I do with what I have in my box, okay? Then I have also another defense one because I didn't farm a lot this one and I didn't manage to get some HP, but I will recommend to get some HP here, okay? And at last, on all my characters here, I have some speed, okay? Speed is very important in this game, so I recommend to use a speed one here. And if I jump now into my healer, there I have some HP and speed set, okay? Because I want my healer to play the faster as possible, to heal my characters, to play more often, okay? So I would really love to get this set on her so she can get more speed, more effect hit, because she also apply a debuff on the enemy, which is really great. It's a speed debuff. And also it's increasing the healing effect of the character, so she's gonna heal more and more my characters, okay? So that's very important. This particular set can be only forged. You cannot craft it, and you can do all that here. Let me show you in the forge. So the third ones can be only forged. You can get those materials in global events only, okay? And then you have those sets that you can forge using these ingots or crafting with materials you get in the dungeons, okay? So coming back on my healer, by the way, this stuff I had it on the campaign, so I recommend to clear the campaign with the higher star level you can, so you will get this really great stuff. So as you can see, this stuff is increasing her HP, her speed, same on this one. So for your support and tanks, you want to focus defensive and speed stats, okay? For your healers, the same, but you also want to focus healing effect, okay? And same on artifacts, you know, here I have some HP, here some HP again, and here some speed again, okay? I'm gonna increase it. Nice, got some defense and more speed than before. And there I've got another tank, and for example I put on him some defensive equipments. So there you can see I get some crit rate, some defense, because if I read his skills, it's written that he will deal damages based on his defense, so he will be more effective having some crit rate and defense also. then okay, I have a crit rate here. A defense one will be better, but this one brings a lot of statistics here on substats, so this is why I have it on him, okay? And then you have some defense here, and I would also put some speed here, okay? So talking about where you can get some stuff, it's here in the Dwarven Ruins. You unlock these 3 stages during the campaign, and those 3 when you awaken your first hero to awaken 1, awaken 3 and awaken 5, okay? So in the first one you can get some attack, crit damage, tenacity and resistance stuff. On the second one you can get some defense, crit rate, effect hit and mastery, and then on the last one you can get some HP, speed, leech. Leech is also great on some heroes that you want to stay alive. If they deal AoE damages or great damages, they will heal themselves using this stuff, so it can be great. Even more great if they have a crit rate bonus, so you don't have to focus the crit rate of the character. Put some leash and they will survive by their own. And also you can farm some healing stuff. This one is pretty good to farm because you can forge some stuff using HP speed or HP heal, and that's really great for your support characters. On the artifacts, you can farm the class artifact here, the mark artifact here, and the faction artifact here, okay? So I think that's all about the stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can join me on the Discord. Just go on the official Discord. You can tag me in any channel you want. So if you do that, I will answer to you in those channels, and other players can get benefits of this question and this answer. So it will be very great for the community. So now I hope you really enjoyed the video. If it's the case, please like, comment and subscribe, and see you soon in another video. Bye bye.
InfiniteMagicraid. Play to slay.